much.
His attitude doesn't really seem like it matches with the rest of his team.
He said he was coming out to get Tom Brady. As a young man, somebody should have told him to keep his mouth shut.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another week of She's Got the Lead, and this week is Wild Card Weekend, so you already know what that means. NFL predictions. So we're going to get straight into it. So this weekend, our first game coming up is the LA Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. I got the Seahawks on this one.
Why are you picking the Seahawks over the Rams?
I just think that Seattle is the better team going into this game because, first of all, they got Russell Wilson, they got Jamal Adams on defense, and the Rams, they have a questionable player who's the most important player, which is Jared Goff. Even though their backup quarterback, John Wolford? I think that's his name. John Wolford. He's playing. He's doing good. But they don't have Jared Goff.
He's doing good. He didn't even play a game.
Yes, he did play a game.
Oh, he did.
He played against the Cardinals.
Well, it's not going to be an upset because I think Seattle's predicted to win. But yeah. I got Seattle winning this game too. I just don't think it's going to be as easy as people it is.
Are you saying it with John Wolford or with Jared Goff? It's not going to be as easy.
It's going to be easier with John Wolford. It's going to be easier with him than Jared Goff because, Jared Goff that's who they relied on. But I just think Seattle was a better team anyway with Metcalf and everybody. Russell Wilson got some nice weapons around him. But I got them moving on too this weekend over the Rams.
Okay, and next we got the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. I got the Saints on this one. I think they're just the dominant team going into this because the Bears, first of all, they didn't even have a playoff spot until the Cardinals lost.
I got the Saints moving on, too, in this game. But I think the Saints just have too much firepower. With Kamara, he's not going to practice because he had COVID, but he still has a chance to play, and we already know he don't really need to practice to get out there and play against Chicago. But Chicago, they did. Mitch Trubisky, he stepped it up down the last couple games, and he showed that he might be back with Chicago next year. But I got the Saints moving on too.
In the playoffs, everything is different, any given, Saturday, Sunday, any given day. But the playoff Saints, the playoff Drew Brees, I think that they are going to take this one. So next we got the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Washington football team. I know I have on a hoodie, but I got the Bucks on this one too.
So you taking Tampa Bay over your Washington football team?
This is not my team, but I think that I just got the Bucks because they have all those weapons over there, and Tom Brady he has 6 Super Bowls. Come on now, the Washington football team really thinks that they can compete with a quarterback like that, even in his age.
We already know that any team could be beaten, and Washington's here for a reason. They won a division. I don't care what their record says. They won a division, and they have like we talked about it before, a good front four. Chase Young, he's probably gonna be defensive rookie of the year. But the thing about the kid is he said he was coming out to get Tom Brady, and I think that some things you shouldn't be said.
Yeah,
now, as a young man, somebody should have told him to keep his mouth shut. Because we all know he's playing against greatness. This dude right here, man, Tom Brady, this is what he lived for. January, February football. Some things you just not said, best keep your mouth quiet. And to the young boy, maybe he'll learn next year because I got Tampa Bay advancing too. And with Tom Brady and Antonio Brown, we got Gronk. Who else we got out? Yeah, they got a lot of weapons around them. It's just almost
I just think that Chase Young, he has a really positive and confident attitude when it comes to playing with his team, but he has to realize who his team is. Yes, they won their division, but they're in the toilet bowl division. His attitude doesn't really seem like it matches with the rest of his team. You got to think the rest of your team is not ready to compete the way you are against Tom Brady. So I think that the Bucks are going
to the AFC.
Oh yeah. Well, to the AFC, we got our favorite game in this household, the Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, I'm going with the Steelers.
Because we can't be Steelers fans.
Yeah, it's not because that the Steelers. I just think we're the better team. We've always been the better team against the Browns. Granted, they are good this year, but we are just the better team with Ben coming in. We have Ben. He's won 2 Super Bowls. The Browns have never been in this situation before. They never really made it to the playoffs.
It's been a long time.
Well, yeah, it's been a while. In my day, they never made it. I've never seen them make it.
Well, this is meaningful football right now. That's going on. But right now, the Browns, they're being hit with corona real bad. The head coach and I think I read something that said they had to replace 19 players because they put them on the COVID list. So I believe we would beat the Browns if they was at full strength anyway. You know, we let them in. We just let them in last week.
And that was with our backup team.
Yeah, that was with our backup team. We let them in. But I got the Steelers moving on, not even being bad, but I know we could beat the Browns. No matter how you dress it up, Baker Mayfield, y'all still in the Browns uniform. You're still a Brown. So.
And next we got the Indianapolis Colts and the Buffalo Bills. I got the Bills on this one because Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen together have just been such a powerful combination this year.
This right here I think is going to be the best playoff matchup. Buffalo and the Colts. I mean, the Colts defense, they have a good defense. Buffalo has a great offense. So I think this is going to be one of them games that's a toss-up. Like, I think it's going to come down to the wire with Buffalo. And I'm like, Phillip Rivers knows he's on his last leg. He's looking for that championship. So I'm like, and it's like the old gunslinger gets the new gunslinger. So, you know, this is going to be one of the games that I'm really watching right here. But I also got the Bills.
I think it'll be head and head.
On.
Sorry for Phillip Rivers. I know he's probably about to be out, but I just think that this is a tough matchup. So next we got another AFC game, the Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans. I got the Titans on this one because I just think King Henry is something like, he's just unbelievable. Like I think he could shut down the team. Granted, the Ravens are coming back. You know, they had a 5-game win streak. I think that Derrick Henry will be able to get the job done for his team. Just him alone. I don't know about everybody else.
Now, as bad as it pains me to say this, but I think Baltimore is the hottest team in the NFL. Baltimore is on this 5-game win streak. Lamar Jackson, J.K. Dobbins, these boys is playing incredible. Lamar Jackson, J.K. Dobbins, you never know where it's coming from on the sweep. Then Lamar right now, he's throwing the ball pretty well to his tight ends. I'm like, everything is looking good. And like I said before, Baltimore, this is a team that really scares me in the playoffs.
In order to see who comes out on top, it's going to be a game of somebody who mixes it up. Because everybody knows what they're going to do. Everybody knows that Lamar Jackson, J.K. Dobbins are most likely going to run. And, of course, Derrick Henry. So I think whoever wins is going to be the person who shakes it up the most, which is in the passing game. Because both of these teams are running teams.
Well, that's one of the games this is the only game that we didn't agree on.
And so right now we're just going to go right into who we think are going to be the last 2 teams standing for the Super Bowl. I got Green Bay and Kansas City.
Well, you already know who I got for the Super Bowl. I got Steelers and Green Bay. I think Green Bay is going to get there, and I think the Steelers is going to be there. So,
only way that the Steelers can get there is if we get through Buffalo. And the way they shut us down the last time we played them, I don't think we're going to make it. And I just think Kansas City is too dominant not to go back-to-back. And I do think that between Green Bay and Kansas City, that Kansas City will come out on top. Even though I don't want them to, but it's okay.
I don't care what you do in the regular season. We all know playoff football is different.
Okay. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you all for joining us again, and we will be back to talk about the divisional round.